Hi guys, Andreas, sonicmainliner with another vinyl finds video. Sorry, I think there's a bit loud. Okay, so another vinyl finds video. This is going to be an old metal one, but there are some things that are not entirely metal, and I will explain to you why I'm going to be showing, well, it's one thing that is not metal. And there is also one thing that is from a band that is metal, but the actual music is not entirely metal. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so yeah, it's been a while, and I was watching Roger's video this morning, and he sort of gave a nudge and a wink and sort of like, yeah, well, you know, some people are not making videos, and I guess one of them was myself, and he did mention me as well, so thanks for the shout out, Roger, and glad that you got into Black Breath. Who knows, one day you might even get into nails. Yeah, well, you will see the joys of nails in a while. So yeah, metal updates video. I'm wearing my pink polo, so it's very appropriate. Yeah, we might as well start. Well, first of all, let's play in the background, because that is, I've been playing a lot of necks, and I thought that I'd break it up a little bit with something that I haven't played in a while actually, and it's pretty bloody good. This is Barbar, Lost in the Glare, from 2011, and out of Thrill Jockey. Most of the stuff that Barbar has been releasing is really good, and separately even Caminiti and John Porras have been doing their own stuff, which are equally good, quite a lot. So yeah, I mean, you know, there's you know, the volume is a little bit of an issue, because obviously you cannot buy everything, and yeah, well, anyway, doesn't matter. So yeah, on to the releases. So metal. Oh yeah. Boom. Quite a few here, and there's a CD. Haha. Well, you know, you cannot avoid CDs, I guess. You know, and a lot of releases. Also, I need to reach out here. Oh, that would be interesting. So I will show you what kind of collection I'm building with an example. And yeah, I think this is them. Right. Whoa. So we have all the stuff here now, because I didn't prepare for this exactly. I prepared mentally. I was like, well, what do I want to do? I want to, yeah, I'll do a metal one. So yeah, so geez, where do I start? Okay, right, because it sort of made sense to me. Okay, right, here's what I will do. We'll start off with the CD, yeah, from 2016, Cantique le Preux, Cendre Céleste. This is a French black metal band. This is a CD only release from 2016, and it's an atmospheric black metal album, and it is sang in French. The lyrics are here where you can actually read them, which I find, yeah, it's like, if you can understand French, something le froid, le preux est entré dans la forêt en Luc, what the hell? So yeah, very cold, something enters the forest, and yeah, something. You get the gist. So, you know, forests, cold, black metal, really good stuff. Yeah, do check this one out. Now, there's like different styles here, and they're like, one of the themes I want to say is that has been sort of propping up, and this is well, it's not a great example, but it's a good example, is that metal bands, especially black metal bands, they have given up on like putting the, you know, black and white pictures of them holding candles, wearing, you know, like magicians' clothes and like, you know, screaming at the moon or whatever, and like, you know, grainy pictures and whatnot. And they've started using very like abstract covers, which I find very interesting. It's like, yeah, sort of. I dig the sort of proto-Norwegian black metal kind of aesthetic, and but it's been going on for a while now. I mean, you know, we do need a change, and I think this is a good one. Now, so now the CD is out. I will show you some releases. First release is metal. Everything else is not metal, but I want to show you. You know, there's a record shop here in Camberwell. It's called Rat Records, and should you ever visit it in you know, random, you know, you're passing by or whatever, and you know, during a weekday, it might be worth, you know, having a stroll by. But the day to go is Saturday, because they have used records only, and they just bring in like a batch of records. The prices are really good. You don't get very expensive stuff there. There are some records that are expensive, but the majority is like good value things. And they bring the batch on Saturday, and there's a line, and you wait, and then it's like, it's not a huge line. I mean, you know, we're talking about 10-15, like, you know, middle-aged, burned out vinyl junkies or flippers or whatever they are. And you know, you get in and you like just dig into the new stuff, and you know, you pick out whatever you have time to. It's crazy. Anyway, I went there. I went last Saturday. I didn't find anything. There were a few things that I could buy, but I didn't buy. And I went like sometime earlier, and I found these, which will show you now. I will show you now, just to show you what kind of collection we're talking about here. The collection that I'm building, which is like, you know, it's like, doesn't make any sense, because and part of the reason why I'm saying this is that most people sort of rate my recommendations for metal, although metal is like the smallest part of my overall collection, which is really bizarre, but I will go with it. It's fine. Maybe me showing metal, I'm a little bit more, like 10% more you know, excited or whatever, which might be the case, and that's maybe why people like, oh yeah, his metal recommendations are better than everything else, and everything else is a lot more. But you know, c'est la vie. So went there, and they had they also have like, they have racks. It's like, has a bit of everything, and they have like the expensive sort of segment, and in there I dug and I found this, which I was really excited about. So this is Destruction's first EP, Sentence of Death. This is a Steam Hammer pressing, and it's quite minty. It's really good. Like, I don't think that if I bought that back in the day, I would have kept it in like this good of condition, because I would probably have played it a lot. And yeah, the records that I bought when I was 14 are a little bit tattier than this. They're in good condition, but a bit tattier than this. So yeah, for £20, I mean, who can complain? This is really good. Excellent stuff. It has like some first versions of the Mad Butcher, and has been reissued recently, and you know, you can get the reissue like, you know, for £20 or whatever, and you can get an original. I will get the original, by the way, if that is like the difference. I really wish I could get the other two, the next two as well. Then I got this, to confuse things, I got this one, which is called A-Band, and this is a release, and the reason why I bought it, I didn't know A-Band, to be honest, but I do know Richard Youngs, who is a guy that plays, he's British, and he plays electronic music and whatnot, And I know also the label, which is Cubico, which is an Italian label and does like a lot of avant-garde jazz and electronic and whatnot, and it's just really bizarre stuff. And this is a live recording, and it's like, and I bought it on the strength of this being Richard Young's and Cubico, and like I know Cubico can be like a little bit hit and miss, but I picked it up anyway. It's a live recording, just a jam. Seems that, you know, they've just got all these people got together, smoked a lot of pot and God knows what else, and they just made a record. Problem is, it's a little bit, the recording is not very good. I mean, and I'm not the kind of guy that will say, oh yeah, the recording is not of, you know, highest quality 24-bit 192 kilohertz. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about it's very quiet and very noisy. It's like, it doesn't, I bet that if you were there, it would have been a fucking trip. But the recording is just not bringing it to life, unfortunately. Then I got this one, which is Juju Chapter 2 Nia, and this is Nbiko, what's his name? Nbiko Xaba, X-A-B-A. I have no idea how to pronounce this. And yeah, I have Juju Chapter 1, I guess, and it's a killer sort of spiritual jazz, highly recommended. And finally, because that's the kind of shop we're talking about, I found this one, which was unplayed basically, and this is Le Thugs from 1980 what? Recorded in July 87, 88, I think 89, I think it was released 89. And Le Thugs were French garage punk band. This is out on Glitterhouse, by the way, so this is a UK manufacturer license Vinyl Solution. Oh no, sorry, this is German press. And but it was brand new. And what I found really interesting is because it's in the same, I don't know whether it was played at some point or not, but it has the record label's catalog. Look at that. Yahoo. Yeah, the Yahoo is, it's not Yahoo obviously because it's 1989 we're talking about, so yeah. It's, yeah, and it has all these, like, I don't know, I mean, I found it like really nice. And I got it for like £7. So yeah, Les Thugs, French garage punk. Their first album is fucking amazing. This is a second album and it's really good. It's not as good as the first one. I'm out for the first one. I need to find the first one, man. This is really good. So yeah, does it make any sense? No. And I just wanted to show you because it's like, yeah. Anyway, boom, 13 minutes. Excellent. We're going for a 40-minute video. It's going to be like running on forever and ever. No. Hopefully we'll get this sorted out and I will stop with my nonsense. So, well, what have we got here? Okay, right. Here's a record that I used to own back in the day. I bought it when, you know, back in the 90s, and I sold it, and I regretted it. Because I tried to get it back, purchase it back recently, well, recently, last like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years or something, discovering that it's very expensive, and it has happened a lot with the records I sold, unfortunately, so, but it has been reissued, and all this band's initial output on Roadrunner has been reissued. This is my Level 11 creation and 10 Commandments, classic death metal from back in the day. I mean, I don't recall where they're from, but it was Roadrunner, and you know, it was like they were on a spree of like defining sort of releases for thrash metal and death metal back in the day. This is their first album. They've released a lot more albums since. I think they're still going, and from watching a video from the Metal Theologian, he was saying that Retribution is apparently the one that is like rated the most, but this is the one I had, this is the one I wanted, and I got it. This is a really nice repress, and I'm very happy that they made these. Unfortunately, they repressed the creator ones, and they fucked up the sleeve. The artwork is not as they've opted for something like, you know, a reproduction of something like, you know, showing that there's like damage to the cover, and they slapped on a huge remastered thing. It's like, dude, just do it right, just do it properly. I mean, for fuck's sake. Anyway, Suffocation, latest album. I checked it out on Spotify. I liked it. I saw it on Amazon. It was for a good price because it's Nuclear Blast, and Nuclear Blast records usually are not priced like, you know, they're reasonably priced. So I picked it up, and it's really good. It doesn't have that grind element, that grinding sort of heavy voice, you know, that kind of thing. It's still like really heavy and whatnot, but yeah, it's really good, really good. And yeah, old bands are making really good records. It's just great. Okay, so yes, now we're going on to the sorry, I have for this record, it's a double LP, and I have the records out of the sleeve, and this is the record. So this is Mizmor with Yod. Mizmor is this. It's apparently something like some sort of, not lullaby, what's the word? It's something in Hebrew or whatever, and this is I don't know what to sort of doom is a good genre, sort of yeah, double LP. Oh, look, I'm showing the inner. Yeah, and it's really heavy. It's very good. Came out fairly recently. I want to say last year. And yeah, I decided to pull the trigger. It's a bit rare here in this side of the pond, but in the States you can find it like reasonably priced. Here it's like very expensive for whatever reason. I found it for a good price, and that's why I bought it. The other thing I want to say is that look at that cover. I mean, look at this cover. This cover is the kind of thing that represents the music inside, like, you know, outwardly desperation. It's like, oh yeah, that's what it is. And this is an artist. I don't know if I think I've mentioned him before, because I have made a mental connection with some music that I'm listening to, namely Leviathan, and he's Czech, I think, and he's made these paintings that are completely outwardly like just, yeah, really disturbing. They're visions of hell, essentially. So, moving on. More atmospheric black metal. No, more atmospheric. Yeah, more atmospheric black metal, because I've already shown one of them. So this is Woad, another really good cover, you have to admit. Woad. I don't remember what is it. It's the same title, I think. It doesn't have like, yeah, it's Woad. Woad. Where are these guys from? I want to say the US, but might be wrong. So I don't have a lot to say about this. I can say that it's really good. You put it on and you're like, yeah, this is, I dig. It doesn't have that sort of extra like weirdness, and there are some records I'm going to be showing you that do have that extra bit of weirdness that are like, you know, ooh, okay, interesting. This is quite standard, pretty much like these guys. They are pretty standard in their sound. They don't have like elements that put them apart, but they make good music, and what they play is atmospheric black metal, and they do it well. And yeah, you need to check it out. Same goes with these guys. Look at this cover now, all right? Yeah, I mean, Shrine, Ortheta? The fuck, I don't know. Yeah, out on Seasons of Mist, Shrine, I think they're French as well. There's a theme here with French bands. Oh, let me flip the album. There we go. Amazing stuff. So yeah, Shrine. Again, atmospheric black metal, French, bloody good. I mean, yeah, check these guys out. I think I'm not sure whether this. No. This is not one of them. I was thinking about albums that appeared in like last year's best of the year kind of lists and whatnot. There are some here, and this is one of them. Again, atmospheric black metal, and it's just highly recommended. Which is, by the way, sorry, I'm screwing things up here. So, there you go. Void Omnia. What's the name of the title of the album? Dying Light. Yes, Dying Light. This is their first album, Void Omnia. I want to say US again. Atmospheric black metal, really good. I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't have. They have this sort of. It is atmospheric black metal, right? So there's like elements of post-rock in it, basically, essentially. And it's a bloody good album. It has appeared on best of lists from last year. I decided to pull the trigger like last month or something like that. Now we're gonna go into some weirdness, and we're going to end up with something that is not metal, but I will explain why I'm showing it here. So, black metal, pure, unadulterated, hard-hitting, highly recommended, super enjoyable, just perfect, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, what do you expect? Like, you know. Anyway, it's a really good album. This is from my fellow countryman, Raven Cult. This is called Temples of Torment, and this is a reissue. I think that the original one was CD only, or something like that. And they did a repress, I guess, of this one. Now there's two versions, and there's something annoying with this album, which is not the music, it's the pressing and it's the cover, and I will explain to you why. So, Temples of Torment from Greece, fantastic. I cannot say anything else. And I can say one more thing. If you're Greek and you do happen to listen to this album, the intro to it will remind you a little bit of Greek Easter. You need to be Greek to understand the joke. I'm really sorry. So yeah, what really annoys me with this album is the album cover. This cover has been designed by none other than Stephen O'Malley, who I think is the guy from Sun. Well, you know, if Stephen O'Malley, somebody from Sun, made my album cover, I would use it. However, I think that the original album cover, which is this one, is way better. I think that you will agree. I think that you will. And this is the ultra clear. Look at this. This is ultra clear. Oh man. Yeah. You know, if you break your window, you can put this on. It's ultra clear. You can see through it. It's fantastic. Great stuff, man. Raven Cult. Yeah, Temples of Torment. I didn't want to say the wrong title or whatever. And then another record that appeared in last year's Best Of. And this is a special one because this is bizarre. This is a bizarre sounding album. It's really good, but it's still bizarre sounding, and it's just, I don't understand where it's coming from. This is Oranzi Pazuzu with what? Fuck off, Fins. Yeah, you read that. Yeah. Oranzi Pazuzu. It doesn't look very metal, and it is heavy. It is really heavy, but it's just so out there. It's like, whoa. I mean, yeah. It's almost psychedelic. Have a listen. If you haven't, just have a listen. Next one too is fucking bizarro. This is US band called Drug Honky, sorry, Honky, and Cloak of Skies. Look at this cover. I mean, does this make any sense? What exactly are you expecting from this album? It's like, what is this? Look at this. This album doesn't make any sense. This is doom, but there are songs there that sound doomy, and they're really good doom, and there are songs that just sound completely psychedelic. And when I say psychedelic, I mean psychedelic. It's just mind-boggling. It's just, yeah. Check this one out. It's like Oranzi Pazuzu, but a little bit more than that, if that makes sense. So yeah. Finally, well, not finally, but very close to finally, it's the penultimate album that I will be showing. 27 minutes, we're doing really good with time. It's like, you know, I'm wasting everybody's. I guess you can, you can scrub and just go to the, oh, he's showing an album. Let's see what he's saying. What is it? Yeah, okay, all right. Note it down if you do. So this is a band, Greek band again, but yeah. So it's one that I sort of bumped into doing my Spotify searches, and it's Spectral Lore, and this is, what is it called again? Ah, yeah, Gnosis, or Gnosis, or, you know, if you pronounce it in Greek. So yeah, this guy, he's one guy. He's done like some atmospheric black metal albums, but this one, from what I understand, having listened to it, it's more like, I don't know if it's inspired by traditional music, by traditional folklore music, and I mean, you know, music that has been playing in Greece, you know, been played around Greece for like, I don't know, 500 years or something, but, or if it's directly taken parts of it, but it does sound like it, and it works so well with heavy guitars, and this is a fucking brilliant album. Really, really, really good. I mean, you know, you will definitely hear the Eastern sort of influences and whatnot, and it just makes it so good. It's definitely not metal. I would say that it's more like post rock, I guess. More post psychedelic kind of. So yeah, check it out. Spectral Lore, Gnosis. Really good and fantastic cover, isn't it? It's like just amazing. And finally, 29 minutes. This record is not a metal album. It's definitely not a metal album. It's punk, through and through, American US punk from California, absolute classic, and it's this one. Why am I showing this one? This is Angry Samoans, back from Samoa, sorry. And yeah, this is an album that I knew about for, I want to say, embarrassingly, 30 years almost. But I've never heard it, and I never owned it. Why did I know about this album? I'll tell you why. When I bought my Creator records from Noise, in the inner sleeves they advertised albums, and they had like, you know, different metal albums, and the one that I still remember seeing was this one, because I saw it and it was like, first of all, it stuck out like a sore thumb, and because it wasn't metal, definitely. You didn't see like the standard metal stuff, and it was like, it looked bizarre. It looked like, what the hell will this sound like? And it sort of got imprinted in my mind. And many years later, as in like last couple of months, I decided, for whatever reason, to check these guys out. I was going through a punk phase and listening to a lot of punk, and I couldn't find Angry Samoans on on Spotify. At least in the UK, it's not available. And I checked it out on YouTube, and I immediately went out and bought this reissue. And this is fantastic punk music, like at its best. I mean, my old man's a fatso. Lights Out is just like, you want to pogo dance in your living room when you listen to this. It's just so good. Homosexual, so like, so inappropriate. It's fantastic. And finally, this one about the ballad of Jerry Curlin is like, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's angsty. It's funny. It's so good. So good. Highly recommended. I mean, this is a cooking vinyl, I think. What is it? Drastic Plastic. Widely available, as you can see, 1,500 copies. This is the black edition. There's a colored edition as well. And funny thing is, really nicely made. Oh no, sorry, the black edition is like 200. Well, this is the colored edition. Look at this. They have it in like this rice paper thing, and it's like, this is a punk record. You don't use these kinds of things. You need to put it in sandpaper or something. It's like, this is just contrary to what punk stands for. Anyway, 33 minutes, that's more than enough. That's my update. I hope you enjoyed. It was a metal one, but not exactly. But you know, that's okay, I guess, because you can dislike that video if you want, or leave a comment. I've been a really nasty, bad, terrible YouTube VC member. I haven't answered comments. I have to apologize. Yeah, you know, what can I say? I have nothing to say for myself. Sorry, I will try to get back to you. And that's it. So yeah, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, leave a comment, subscribe or unsubscribe, you know, it's all up to you. Feel free to, and see you soon, I hope.